Welcome to day 57 of our school year. We've almost completed another row. All right, let's get down our beginning fraction. 180 is our total amount of school days, and we are on day 57. Let's go ahead and find the factors of our numerator, 57. Two factors we always know are 1 and the number itself, and then using the commutative property of multiplication, 57 times 1. Now we're going to go in order of our factors using our divisibility rules to check to see all our possible factors. So after 1, I check 2. The rule for 2 is that it ends in an even number. 7 is odd, so 2 is not a factor. And if 2 is not a factor, no even number will be, so I only have to check odd numbers now. The rule for 3 is that we add the digits together. 5 plus 7 is 12. 12 is a multiple of 3, so 3 is a factor. 3 times 19. 19 times 3. We try 5. The rule for 5 is that it ends in a 0 or 5. It ends in a 7, so 5 is not a factor. We try 7. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63. 57 is not in that list, so 7 is not a factor. We try 9. The rule for 9 is the same as 3. You add the digits together. We get 12. 12 is not a multiple of 9, so 9 is not a factor. We try 11. 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66. 57 is not in that list, so 11 is not a factor. We try 13. 13, 26, 39, 52, 65. 57 is not in that list, so 13 is not a factor. We try 15. 15, 30, 45, 60. 57 is not in that list, so 15 is not a factor. We try 17. 17, 34, 51, 68. 57 is not in that list, so 17 is not a factor. Then we get to 19. Also, remember when we go in order, if the second factor is prime, we are done. And 19 is prime. It's right there. So let's list our factors from least to greatest. 1, 3, 19, 57. We have 4 factors. That is more than 2 factors, so it is composite. Now we need to figure out which one of these is our greatest common factor. Let's start with our greatest factor of 57. Your groups do not have to look like mine, but they do have to have 57 in each, and you need to keep the shaded separated from the unshaded. So 3 plus 50 is 53, plus 4. See here, 56 plus 1. I have 9 left over, so that means that 57 does not work. So next we try 19. Because that's our next greatest one. Make sure you have 19 in each group and keep the shaded separated from the unshaded. Alright. 3 plus 10 plus 6 is 19. 4 plus 10 plus 5 is 19. Oops. 5 plus 10 plus 4 is 19. 6 plus 10 plus 3 is 19. 7 plus 10 plus 2 is 19. 8 plus 10 plus 1 is 19, and I have 9 left over, so 19 did not work. All right, let's go ahead and do our groups of 3. Your groups do not have to look like mine, but you do need to keep your shaded separated from your unshaded. And you must have 3 in each group, otherwise you are not dividing. We need equal groups here. And yes, 3 worked. We found our greatest common factor is 3. So let's go ahead and count up our groups of 3. I have 3 in each row, so I'm going to count by 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36, 39, 42, 45, 48, 51, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. And our total amount of groups that are shaded in, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, 19/60ths is what we got dividing with our model. Let's go ahead and use our algorithm to prove it in a different way. We use our greatest common factor because we put everything into groups of 3. The whole thing we put into groups of 3, the shaded area. These will always be the same numbers. All right, so let's see. 3 times 20 I can do. My placeholder moves it over a place. 2 times 3 is 6. Numbers the same, 0 is a game. More on top, no need to stop. More on top, no need to stop. I'm going to do another group of 20. Numbers the same, 0 is a game. This is just 12. Take away 6, which is 6. And then 20 times 3 is 60. Numbers the same, 0 is the game. Add these partial quotients together. 20, 40, 60. Okay, now over here, 10 times 3 is 30. More on top, no need to stop. More on top, no need to stop. 5 times 3 is 15. More on top, no need to stop. More on top, no need to stop. And 4 times 3 is 12. Numbers the same, 0 is the game. Now you may have already known that 9 times 3 is 27, and you could have just had a 9 here. But just in case you didn't, you can use the factors you do know. I know 5s, I know 10s. Use what you do know to get to the answer. 10 plus 5 is 15, plus 4 more is 19. Now we need to check our answers. Divisor times quotient plus remainder. Divisor times quotient plus remainder. Since our remainder for both is 0, and the identity property of addition says when you add 0 it stays the same, I don't need to actually add it. 3 groups of 0 is 0. 3 groups of 6 tens is 18 tens. 3 groups of 9 is 27. 3 groups of 10 is 3 tens plus 2 more tens is 5 tens. So 57, that matches our dividend in here. 180, that matches our dividend in here. So that checks. So our numerator is definitely 19, and our denominator is definitely 60. Let's go ahead and fill in our data collection page. Trimester 1, week 13. Today is 10/29/19. And our fraction for today is 19/60. Okay, let's go ahead and we did groups of 3. Get out our number line. Okay, so the last one we have is 17/60. Then we have 18/60. Well, we have an equivalent fraction in lowest terms all the way down here, which is 3/10. 3/10 was the simplest form. Okay, and we do have one above there. And then today is 19/60. There's no line below it because this is our simplest form or equivalent fraction in lowest terms, just the one above it. All right, go ahead and put your number line away, erase your worksheet, and thank you for joining me.